Whoa, it's pretty windy out here today. Hopefully the sound comes through okay. But I want to do a quick overview of the motor mount that I made here. Okay. So basically these are 1/2 inch PVC transom braces is what I call them, but they support the transom mount on the upper end here. Alright. These here are what they use for off-road vehicles for their lights. Alright. And they fit perfectly here. Same thing here in the back. Alright, here's your main support ones. This one's smaller because I already had it, so I didn't feel like buying another one. And they work as long as it meets within the diameter of the pipe you're going to put it on. Everything's fine. Now I use 1 inch aluminum tubing. So these are 1 inch chair tips or caps, rubber feet. I'll have that in the description as far as what I got. They come in different sizes, so depending the size tubing you end up using, you should be able to find one. You don't want to leave that exposed and you scratch up against it. If you notice here, my main goal with this mount is to be able to achieve the correct transom angle for the motor. And so I have several holes here, and as I go and test it, I'll go ahead and use whatever hole I believe will give me the angle that I desire. I think I pretty much got it where I want it. What's left to do now is put the motor in the water with the boat and see if I have the correct height below the water. I don't want it too deep, but then again I cannot have it too high where it's not going to work correctly. Now this here is Unistrut. This is the low profile one, which is 1 5/8 inches by 13 16 inches. And this works perfect here. What I use here are carriage bolts to support this 2x8. This is treated wood, by the way. And I went ahead and varnished it. Same thing here. It's another carriage bolt. Here I've got just like a rubberized tape just to protect the wood from getting beat up on. These are some little 3D printed washers that I made so I could help center the the motor when I put it on here, and I have to hunt for the center. These are identical, so when you move one, the other one, you have to move it the same way. Here's another image shot from this side. Now putting this on, of course, you're going to be removing the original grab handle for the rear. And if you notice here, I made these 3D printed covers to kind of replicate what the grab handle originally, how it was set up, because the metal inserts in here, they kind of stick out a little bit. So I wanted a flush fitting assembly here, so I made these caps, and I'll have these available online if somebody wants to print them out and use them. All right, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, let me show you some shots of it with the motor on it, and then we'll go from there. All right, so here we have it on. Let me get you a side shot, kind of showing you what I'm going for as far as the transom angle.
everything's a guess right now as far as the height, where the prop is going to be pushing, until I actually get it out on the water. I think I'm close, and I'm hoping that, you know, it'll be right. If not, I'll have to start adjusting it while I'm out there. Here's a little aluminum plate I had. I kind of cut it to fit in here and allow the wood not to get all marred up when I squeeze it down here with the clamps. Now, I want to say that this should work as well for the PA14 and the PA12. So those of you that were looking to possibly mount a motor in the back and wasn't sure how to go about it, I think this will give you a good idea where to start. Also, if you're needing aluminum tubing, what I would recommend also is using one of those elderly walkers that you can find at your local Goodwill, probably for about $4. Should give you all the aluminum you need to make these things. Now here in the future, I already have a piece of aluminum extrusion, which is a 1.5 by 4.5, I believe, that would be replacing this, maybe. Just once I get all the bugs worked out as far as, you know, height wise for the motor and all that. Same thing here. I'll be replacing these eventually with aluminum. Unless all this really works out really well, then I'll just leave it. Why go through the extra hassle? But I think everything is going to be fine just the way it's set up. And that about wraps it up until the next one. I actually have it out on the water. I'll put more information on the parts I used and where you could get them for those that need help in that regards. Other than that, that's it for this video. Later, guys.